Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Shamri. I'll be doing my February TBR. Before I get started, if you're new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below as well as hit the notification bell. And if you're new, hi, hello, I'm Stephanie and I do a lot of bookish content. And I know I am very late this month in terms of my TBR because it's been really busy with work. I've been busy with my personal life, all that stuff. And I'm actually filming this already in February, so hopefully it'll be out in a couple of days. I cannot believe 2024 is already like so insanely busy. I also was sick for a week and I was just like out of commission. So I'm trying to just get back into my regular workflow right now with working out, life, etc. And it has been a minute, guys. Quick little spoiler for January. I have not read a single book on my TBR. Like, I just started my first book on my TBR. All the books I read that month were not on my original TBR, so it's been going solid so far. But let's just go right into the books I want to read for February. So as always, the first book I want to talk about is my book club pick. So for February, we'll be reading Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. It says, one body, 6 experts, can you solve the case before they do? And it says, no one saw the killer, but they all saw the body. I'm intrigued. It's like seems to be a lot of like transcripts and things like that, and I really do like those type of books. I just got the audiobook version too, so I'm excited to see how that is. But overall, definitely excited for this one for sure, since I am in a thriller mood these days. All right, and then moving on to my Wheel of Fortune over here. I have 55 entries for the entire year left. So let me do my first spin. Okay, bookshelf generator, shelf and specific number. So I need to get my phone and I'll be right back. But basically I picked 2 numbers randomly through a random generator on Google and then find which book I'll be reading from there. Okay, so I have my phone over here and I am doing 2 numbers, 1 through 34 for the number of shelves I have. Let's generate 4. So that means it is shelf that one over there, which actually I don't think I have that many books right now, because I've been circling through them. Like, that's my shelf that I'm tackling right now because it's like my old TBR cards. I probably only have like 10 books on there, so 1 out of 10, number 10, if you guys can even see that. So let me find the book and I'll be right back. So I had exactly 10 books on there, so I'll be reading A Queen in Hiding by Sarah Kozloff. This is the first book in a series, and I remember that this was unique to me when I got it like years and years ago when I still lived in New York City, that this was a series that all books were coming out within like a couple of months, because it literally says binge an entire series in 4 months. Like, that is kind of crazy, but it's supposed to be great for fans of Uprooted. And it says, orphan, exiled and hunted Cerulia, princess of Warandal, must master the magic that is her birthright, become a ruthless guerrilla fighter, and transform into the queen she is destined to be. But to do it, she must win the favor of the spirits who play in mortal affairs, assemble an unlikely group of rebels, and wrest the throne from a corrupt aristocracy whose rot has spread throughout her kingdom. I'm intrigued. All 4 books are right here, and we'll see how this goes, guys. But this is definitely a chunker. All right, moving on to spin number 3. Book written by an author from a country I've never visited. Okay, that one definitely might be a little bit harder considering I have traveled quite a bit, but at the same time there's also a lot that I have not traveled at. So let me find a book. So for this prompt, I'm gonna go with The Weight of Our Sky by Hannah Alcav. I believe this book is set in Kuala Lumpur, which is in Malaysia, and the author also lives in Malaysia, so it definitely fits because I've actually never been to Malaysia. I've been on the outskirts. I went to Singapore and we thought about going to Malaysia because it's literally right next door, but never had a chance to go there. So this definitely fits the bill. I've heard really good things about this book. It says, Melati Ahmad has imagined her mother's death countless times. Plagued by gruesome thoughts she believes are put into her head by a jinn, Melati has developed an intricate set of trapping rituals to tame the monster within and keep her mother safe. But there are things that Melati can protect her mother from. On the evening of May 13th, 1969, racial tensions in her home city of Kuala Lumpur boil over. The Chinese and Malays are at war and Mel and her family become separated by a city in flames. So definitely a lot of stuff happening for sure, and I've heard great things. All right, spin number 3. Book with protagonist who has a different religious background than your own. Okay, I definitely need to think of a book for sure. Okay, so this may be of a stretch because I don't know which religion is in this book, but I do know that it's not Christianity, and that's a religion that I grew up with. So I'm reading Age of Vice by Deepti Kapoor. I just know that this is a modern age Indian book, and it's supposed to be a lot about like religion, a lot about politics, and it's supposed to be about like gangsters too. So I have no idea, but I've heard amazing things about this book when it came out, so definitely can't wait to read this. But it's also a chunky read, so I feel like this month might not be the greatest. And then we're back with spin number 4. Book with a title that includes a time of day, so like midnight or an actual time or dawn or things like that. So let me find something. This next book was easy to find, but I was really hesitant about picking up this one because this is the 3rd chunky book, and I feel like I'm already maxed out in terms of how many chunky books I can read this month. But I had to find a book that had a word of time in it. So this is The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. I just know this is book 1, and it says, for every realm there's a god, for every god there's an heir, for every heir there is a price. And it is supposed to be the new book in the Dark Gods trilogy. I really haven't heard too much from this series since this book came out, but I really enjoyed the cover back then, so we'll see how this goes, guys. And now we're back with the last and final prompt over here. Let's see. POC representation. Okay, that one seems to be the easiest one so far. And this last and final book that I'll be reading for this month is a book that has POC representation. So like I said earlier in this video, I did not read a single book for January. Like on January's TBR, I just started my first one, so it has been going super great. So I'm going to be reading An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan. I had chosen this back then, obviously didn't read it, so I'll choose it now. Obviously, person of color, she's Taiwanese, I'm Taiwanese too, and it's supposed to be about Romeo and Juliet, but like with Chinese mythology mixed into it. So very intrigued overall. So anyways, these are the 6 books I'll be reading this month. I feel like they are kind of intimidating for the most part. Like, this one's chunky, this one's chunky, this one's like super chunky, this one's also super chunky, but they're all very interesting. So I'm excited to see if I can actually, I don't know, take a stab at it for the first time. Like, January was terrible, guys. I really did not read a single book on my TBR. Like, I just started my first one, and I'm hoping to finish it. Like, watch me be like, take the entire month to read that one book, and then once again I would have picked up none of these. But I obviously have to read the book club at least, because that one's easy enough. And I'll be listening on audio. I might try to do this one on audio too, The Weight of Our Sky. The rest, it's all fantasy. Maybe Age of Vice I can do that too. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, these are all the books that I'll be reading or planning to read for the month of February. Let me know down below what books you'll be reading for this month. But as always, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And if you like to see more content of me, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below, as well as hit the notification bell. And as always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!